Next one, Swastik Patel. Okay, he always has deep questions to ask me. Hello, Mr. Law. I hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you for your content. The question which I wanted to ask is, how to identify if we are fooling ourselves in life? The best way to find this out is, even if you're not mature, even introspection is hard. I think you need to have someone who is far ahead of you, far more mature than you, to evaluate you. And you don't do this with one person, you do it with multiple. When you have multiple people evaluating you, you get multiple angles. Let's say someone who is religious will evaluate you from with a religious lens. Someone who is, very successful and rich will evaluate you with that lens. Someone who is, adventurous or politically into politics, or someone. So different people have different value systems. I think in the end, you listen to everyone and keep asking yourself questions. When you ask yourself more questions, you get more answers. But the challenge is ask the right questions. Well, I'll make a separate video because this will be a very deep topic in itself about asking questions. Okay. Because you mentioned in one of your nothing videos, if we fool ourselves, it's a sad state. How to identify and correct it. I'll make a separate video on this. Okay. Sir, one important question. You said in your past, there were times when there was no single customer for months. How did you clear self-doubts in that stage, and how did you come to conclusions you are at the right job? Didn't you think of doing something else at that stage? Okay. Once again, good question. See, sometimes we can end up doing the same thing over and over again with zero results. For example, I wanted to be a radio jockey. I wanted to be a TV star and all that. I tried for 8 years, and I was trying it from Dubai. There were no opportunities, and even if they were limited. I didn't know Hindi. There were only Hindi stations. The English ones were only reserved for British. So I was constantly banging my head against a wall. So how did I know it was right or wrong? I didn't. There's nobody to tell me. And even if people told me, I would always believe, oh, they don't believe in my dream. But now coming to the specific question you're asking is, after I moved here to Thailand, I didn't get any results. Okay. The only difference over there being, I had customers for coaching and mentoring, but that was face-to-face. Online, there were very few. They were mostly inquiries. So the challenge was streamlining this and making sure I would get as many customers as I could. So it was a matter of trying different things until I found the solution. So that is how. And did I know that I would succeed? No, I didn't. It was a gamble. I wish I could say yes, definite. Almost every person on the planet, when they try something new, deep down they hope to succeed, but will they succeed is a big question. So that in itself is a risk. Okay. Next one, Aman. How to build strong contacts and connections. This takes practice. You need to learn the art. And maybe I'll make a separate video on this. So how do you develop the art? Like you learn how to swim, like you learn how to exercise, like you learn how to do anything new, a new skill. Building contacts and connections is a skill. Today it's being highly misused. Like on LinkedIn, people are just trying to get stupid engagement by asking polls and questions. People at networking events go around distributing their business cards and thinking that is building. No, it doesn't work that way. I'll make a separate video on this and explain to you how exactly you do it, because it's a very deep subject. Next one, what is this? Alfie Alex. Okay. When you realize the fact that reality is way different from what we have through our childhood. For example, if there is no God and you need to live in this world and then die and perish, this means living in the world is useless because you're either a good or bad person. You'll just be no more after death. So when this thing comes to our mind and we feel like we don't want to live, is there any hope? Just a question that popped up in my head. I still don't know what is your question. when... Okay, I'll just take your first line because your question is very confusing. Sometimes you need to ask a specific question, you know. When you realize the fact that reality is very different from what we have in childhood. Okay, so I'll take that. We are taught many things in childhood, but reality is different. So what do you do? There's nothing you can do about it. What can you do? Let's your mother and father tell you, be honest, be good, study hard, and you'll succeed in life. But then you study hard, you get a first class marks, you go out into this world, and you realize you're not getting a job. People are kissing ass, are climbing up. Nobody appreciates what you did in the past. Nobody cares if you're honest. What do? You have to evolve and change, right? Survival of the fittest. So there's nothing you can do other than prepare yourself. Like I always tell people, prepare yourself for the worst and hope for the best. And the more you do this, the better you get. It's like, you know, perfect practice makes perfect. Not practice makes perfect. Okay? And next time, learn to write a specific question. Okay, the next one is Slark Vadam, or Vadam. His question itself is a autobiography, I think. It's too big. What? Man, when you ask a question, at least ask a small one. Okay, Lois, so I wanted to ask you this question. I did my graduation in computer science and realized at the point programming is not for me. Now I don't know how to describe, but I'm getting a feeling that someone robbed my 21 years, blah, blah, blah. One thing I know for sure, program is not for me. India, I know everything what I can say about India. Do you think I can get a corporate job? Or do they even demand a bigger degree like an MBA? Your question is, man, what the fuck? I tell you, ask a question, not tell your whole life story. I think your question is, what to study, you know, that will ensure that you get a good job. I think that is your question. Especially given the fact that, you know, there's a balance between what you love to do and, you know, what you are made to do. See, the tragedy is everyone wants to do something, like be a singer, be an actor, have a career as a boxer or a cricketer. Now all this sounds very good, but the question is, okay, you love this, but how good are you? How good are you on the world stage? Are you the best cricketer in your country? Are you the best football player? Are you the best singer in your country? Or are you just good at singing and few people in your family appreciate? Dancing, you're good. Have you won championships? So there are so many variables to this. So people want many things. Question is, like in my previous video, can you commercialize it? So what is the solution? The only solution is at least do something in the meanwhile. For example, in your case, it's computer programming. Finish it, get it over with. Get a job as a computer programmer. Start earning money, start saving, and then at the side, do what you want. That's how you migrate from whatever that is you're doing to creating your own future. Your parents' job is to help you finish your education, not to make all your dreams come true. Your job is to make your dreams come true, not your parents. And as for the 21 years which you're claiming you wasted, be grateful. You're not dumped in some dustbin or something, or, you know, thrown away. You can't have a sense of entitlement. So, you are given an education, complete that, get a job, start your own life, earn some money, save. Now, maybe you don't like a computer programmer's job, fine. Take something else. Take a sales job, take a marketing job. You know, you're not going to get a very big salary. And finally, with regards to, I'm sure, what job pays you well, there's no job that pays you well. All jobs start from low down, and then you work yourself to where you want to be. That's how it goes. Okay? And please, shorten the questions, man. Your questions itself is like a bloody, like, life story. Okay, so this was Slark Vadam. I think he has reversed his name. Instead of Slark Vadam, it's Madhav Krals or something. Okay.